Well, another Facebook Live. It's always good to be up here and also talking to the many Americans all across this country, as well as the citizens all across this Commonwealth. Today I'm going to discuss a little bit about reopening America and Virginia and what I would say, given the situation going on all across this nation. The government can't prove a legitimate interest, given the data, to keep America shut down or closed. It would mean the flu would be cause for tyrannical governments to take away constitutional rights of its citizens. Therefore, given the totality of the circumstances, America was put in a state of slavery for a foreign government. As our laws prohibit slavery in any form and violates our natural right to peacefully assemble, if government can intentionally allow for the killing of life, it has no grounds to stop the way Americans live their life. The right of a free nation is tantamount for maintaining a country that its people lived and died for. I ask that the court reopen America and to uphold the laws of the United States Constitution. Failure to do so would mean treason. You might as well indict yourself upon your own motion otherwise. Last but not least, liberal governors need to stop their bitching on behalf of China's interests. Just because career politicians are punks, it shouldn't stop patriots for stepping up in their place. Now that's some powerful words right there. Not written by a secretary or an aide or a speechwriter. Written directly by me, and exactly what I plan to do all across this country is keep it real. Now, there's going to be a day of defiance where every single business all across this country gets sick and tired. Americans all across this country, sick and tired, will go out, will open back up, and not wait for the politicians to dictate whether their businesses or their livelihoods live or die. Now we see across this nation that these liberal governors have no interest in the American citizen, but interest in their own political ambition. It's frightening to know that our generations that come before us, our kids, will have to live in a society that gave up on America's freedom for a foreign government. This has all been mapped out by China and by those who felt that the nation was being led the wrong way while plotting the devil's work. How fulfilling is it to them to know that they can control every single walk, every single American, every single business, way of life. However, that's for the career politicians, not for patriots. The fact is, in Michigan, they stormed the Capitol, and instead of getting relief, they got a governor who they now see is stuck and hell-bent on power and hell-bent on being the vice president of the United States of America and doing anything and everything to do their bidding. Liberal governors all across this country have locked down America without even doing the basic due diligence of their own responsibility within their own states. Now all the eyes is no longer on the federal government, but it's being pointed directly at those who keep people shut out and shut in. What has this nation become? A country of cowards that lead it, not patriots and veterans that are strong enough to see us through the dark and put America back in the light. But with these sacrifices of these patriots that continue to march on in the footsteps and while those wait as they break down these tyrants' laws of controversy. We have been told to stay at home for too long based off a political hoax and gamemanship. There needs to be a call for patriots, citizens, businesses all across this country to say that we will no longer follow by a corrupt government of our own doing. The reason is because the only reason why they're able to do this because y'all voted for these people to be in. And now you're seeing the picture loud and clearly. This isn't about America. This is about taking away America and changing it up and moving it in the direction where foreign governments can now control it. So, to all those patriots out there, all of those American citizens, y'all need to band together and say, if you are not going to give out the order to reopen America, it is incumbent on the American citizens to reopen America on its own. Quite frankly, if I look at the numbers here, there's not enough police, it's not enough government agents to close down America if America decides to open up and then decide its own fate, which was actually a natural human right, a natural right to live and exist and choose your way of opportunity in the pursuit of happiness. So I challenge all of those who are talking, those who may be bluffing. The best way to reopen America is to do it ourselves and not wait for the politicians. So we can cry, we can bitch, we can moan about what a corrupt governor is doing in your state. Or we can band together and say exactly, we are no longer following by this devil's playbook and say we are reopening anyway. I understand that certain localities want to send up resolutions talking about opening up. Maybe it's time for you to say, let's open up anyway. What can they really do? Nothing. Basically, the fear is all mental. All it takes is physical action and basically saying to your neighbor, to a fellow business owner more, enough is enough. It's time for us to open back up and take the consequences. When a hair salon can open up and be protected by armed guards and keep doing business against the government, against the judge's orders, against the rest. You're telling me a hair salon is tougher than a corporation. It's tougher than other small businesses. It's tougher than everybody else. I don't think so. I think that hair salon and those other businesses that are opening up is trying to send out a message to the rest of y'all. Y'all can go ahead and close up shop. Or you can step up just like I'm doing. I bleed the same way. I'm dealing with the same corrupt government, but I'm still handling business. So the best thing for America to do, to get rid of this hoax, to fight back against a foreign government, to fight back against a political party that is hell-bent on power-hungry grabbing of America's constitutional rights. You're either ready to open up or you're just bluffing. One thing about Merle Rutledge, I don't like to bluff. I don't like to cry, bitch, or moan. I like to make sure that patriots, and I will test them too. I don't care what party you are. If you are telling me that your business is getting ready to get shut down more, and you are not talking to other businesses and talking to other citizens saying, we are going to open up anyway. Your localities can't stop you. Nobody else can stop you. They just want you mentally to think that you are going to do what we decide to say. But if every American and every business say one day of defiance, a day of not complying, and we having more days down the line, America will be open back for business. And Americans can go on with their lives knowing that we did not bow down or sacrifice our freedoms for a corrupt government in which our United States Constitution has always said we must overthrow. So you tell me, patriots, you tell me, GOP, and the rest that is dealing with this craziness. You're either going to step up to the plate. You can't tell me a hair salon is more harder than you and not say we are not going to comply and we are going to open up America whether you like it or not. This is Merle Rutledge running for Virginia Governor 2021. But this is how I handle business. I wouldn't be shutting down. I would be opening up, and you can tell me whatever you want to tell me, but I'll be prepared to fight my day in court as I have to. But after a while, you have to say, am I going to give up everything and live on my knees? Or am I going to stand up for the Constitution and every single thing America stands for? You tell me. Who is the real gangsters and who is the real politicians? They may stay in the Capitol, but they ain't going to be the ones shutting you down. So step up or step out, because it's time for us to take America back.